Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of The Finishing Blow. Hopefully you guys are having a good week. This week has been very, very interesting, to say the least, but a lot of cool trailers and news that I want to talk about, so I want to kick things off first with the trailer for Jean-Claude Van Damme's Swelter. Now, this trailer is actually brought to us by Wogo USA, who will be bringing the film to the States, but I did notice that Jean-Claude Van Damme seems to have more of a co-starring role, and I don't want to say cameo because I think it's bigger than a cameo role, but it's not the lead role, which is absolutely fine. The trailer looks good. Still reminds me of A History of Violence, which is okay. I mean, that wasn't a bad movie at all. But it is interesting to see how this movie presents itself and what it's going to be about. It looks like it's going to have a fair deal of action. I don't know how much Jean-Claude Van Damme is going to be in this movie, but, you know, we've got a bunch of other movies with him in it to get excited about, including Pound of Flesh. So I'm not too worried about that, but be sure to give the trailer a look and let me know what you guys think about it. It looks like it's going to be a solid action film. I think that it's going to be equal parts mystery and drama as well as action. I hope that since they're doing the whole amnesia thing and, you know, not knowing where the money is, they put a twist on it at least and make it a little bit interesting for the viewers. But we'll see when it happens. But anyways, there is a trailer for Swelter if you want to check that out. Of course, we also have, I guess, a motion poster, if you want to call it that, for the Expendables 3. It's really, really interesting. It's weird how in the digital age you can promote films in very different ways. You could never do a motion poster ever before, but now you can have a poster that has actual movement in it. But on top of that, they actually did a Vanity Fair article with all the fellas and ladies from the Expendables 3, and it's pretty cool to see everybody all snazzed up and looking awesome, pretty much, but very, very different from what they're going to look like in the film. But anyways, Expendables 3 right around the corner, and I'm really excited for it, and hopefully you guys are too. I feel like it's going to have the best of the both past films. I think it's going to have the good action, the solid story, and, you know, they've had more time with this one, so I'm really hoping it's going to be a solid action film. Looking forward to that one. Alright, next up, though, I want to tell you guys about Boyka, because I know a lot of you guys are very, very interested in Undisputed 4. Isaac Florentine recently did an interview, and he was talking about what Undisputed 4 is going to be about, which, weird backtrack, but it's really interesting because way back when, a couple years back, I think, they were actually asking people what they wanted to see from Undisputed 4. So I don't know how much of it's actually going to be reflected in the story, you know, what people made suggestions in the comments and things like that, but still kind of cool to see what's going to happen. But anyways, Undisputed 4 is going to be a religious journey for Boyka. Now, I'm not sure exactly what that means. If you guys have seen the other two films with Scott Adkins as Boyka, you know that he was always the most complete fighter. So I think it's going to have to do with that. I don't remember it being super religious in the traditional sense. I think it's going to be a skewed version of what religion is. So I'm really interested to see what they're going to do with that. But yes, Undisputed 4 will have a Boyka on a journey, a religious mission, for some purpose in the fourth movie, and I know that I'm excited to see it. I can't wait. I seriously, when I see that first image of Scott Adkins as Boyka, it's going to be awesome, and it's going to be just so much fun. But yes, Undisputed 4 is actually happening, thank goodness. But be sure to support it, and I'll let you guys know as soon as I find out more about the film. Alright, speaking of films that I'm really excited for, I'm sure you guys know that I'm really happy and excited for Rurouni Kenshin, The Great Kyoto Fire, as well as The Legend's End. They did a new TV spot. Sorry, I was going to say TV teaser. Can't even talk. Okay, so they did a couple of new TV spots for the film. It looks awesome. They're very, very short, so, you know, even if you have a minute of your time of your day that you want to spend, you can watch all 3 teasers and be on with your day. But it's really, really awesome. I love the little windmill kick-up that Kenshin does. I don't know why. It's very stylish, but, you know, Sato Takeru is actually a dancer slash singer, so it makes sense that he could do a windmill kick-up. I'm going to try and slow down a second. I don't know why I'm talking so fast, but anyways, yes, it makes sense that he can do that. And, I don't know, I'm just so hyped for that movie. I watched the Kenshin movie, the last Kenshin movie again earlier this week, and it's just so much fun, and the action is so awesome, and I know they're going to deliver a lot more, especially with the story, the characters, the action. Everything's going to be cranked up to 20 at this point, and it's going to be amazing. Alright, so let's go ahead and go to the opposite end of the spectrum. Man with the Iron Fist 2, it's a thing, it's happening, it's pretty much been filmed for the most part. I don't know why. I really don't know why. And it's kind of interesting because you see a really polarizing response to this news. You know, I try to be informative, but I'm not gonna, stray away from my own opinions. I'm not a huge fan of the RZA as of right now. I don't, I just don't like him. That's all there is to it, And there's a number of reasons to that, but the thing is, Man with the Iron Fist 2 might be good for one specific reason. That's because the RZA isn't directing it. Now, I don't know if that still means he has creative control over the story and things like that, because the story was really, really bad and the action was not good either. But I'm getting off track. The thing is, I felt like The Man with the Iron Fist, the original film, tried to do too much. It tried to make the RZA the chosen one. It tried to give him all these secret weapons, and all of a sudden he can channel all his ki, and like pretty much every martial arts trope that was in like the 70s and the 80s, they crammed it into one movie, and that's just too much. It's like overload. It's pretty much what happens when you let a martial arts movie fan write a film. They like, oh well, I like this part and this was cool, and I want to do this, and the next thing you know, you've got a whole mishmash of different set pieces and story elements that are cool, I guess, but they just don't mean anything. So anyways, Man with the Iron Fist 2 is happening. I'm really hoping, like, I still somewhere hope that the second film will be good, and I always try to give people a chance, to prove me wrong, and I've given RZA many chances, and I'll give him another chance. Maybe if he doesn't direct, maybe if he just focuses on his acting a lot, he'll be okay, but I don't know. I'm not that excited for it. It's going to have to really blow me away. But the original film, the bar is set so low. It's pretty much underground for me. So there's not a lot it has to live up to, but still has to impress me. I would be even more impressed if it was worse. Like if they could do worse than the original film. I would be impressed that way too. Anyways, I don't know what I'm talking about. Lastly, though, I did a review for The Accidental Spy with Jackie Chan, an old movie. I wanted to pop something in that, I hadn't seen in a while. And this movie I remember watching in high school and being really excited for it, and going back, it's really interesting because I'm sitting there and I'm remembering all of these fights, and it's really interesting to see how much things have changed. And those movies back then, when you watched it, it was just, oh, it's Jackie being himself, and now you go back and you watch it, like, I don't even know how many years later, but you're like, wow, like those were actually really good fights, and I really did enjoy them, and I remember a lot of them very well. And it's a testament to the film. And I'm not saying too much about the review itself, but I'm just saying the fights in general. You're sitting there going through and you're making a checklist of like, oh yeah, I remember that fight when he's in the mall, rolls down the escalator, or when he fights in the market, or when he's fighting in the bath. And it's just like, it's all really good. And I don't remember that movie standing out that much in my mind, but I guess things change as you get older and as you get nostalgic about them. Anyways, I'm done talking. I don't even know what I'm rambling about anymore. I really want to thank you guys for your support. I've been trying to think up different ideas for content and things like that. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes for me, personally and with the website, so I'm trying to get some stuff together for you guys. Please be patient. I hope that you enjoy what you have, with the daily articles on the website and the videos and things like that. But I am trying to get some stuff together. I just got to figure out a schedule where I can get it all together, because it's just madness. But I love it, and I know you guys love it, and that's why I keep doing it. So thank you guys for your support. You guys truly are awesome. And that's all I have this week. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is K Miller, and this week has been finished.